Before you move to Nanaimo, you need to know something. It could save you thousands or even your life. We all know that the West Coast is in earthquake territory, but what does that mean for Nanaimo? And more importantly, should you be worried? Join me to discuss the latest earthquake to hit the west coast of Canada and what you need to know about the risks associated in moving to an active seismic zone here on Vancouver Island. In February 2025, a 5.1 magnitude earthquake struck near Seasheld, and residents across Vancouver Island felt this tremor. I was inundated with messages from people who just recently relocated to Vancouver Island asking me if I noticed. Oh yes, I noticed. At the time, I was personally in Duncan, and I had messages from people in Ladysmith, Nanaimo, Nanoose, and Parksville, who all were surprised by the shaking that only lasted around 2 or 3 seconds at most. But this raises the question, how dangerous is it to live on Vancouver Island? Let's go over some of the burning questions I've been asked by people moving to the island and how it could affect you living the island life. Now, first let's talk about the proximity to fault lines. Nanaimo is located in the Cascadia subduction zone, a major fault line that runs from Northern California to British Columbia. This fault has the potential to generate massive earthquakes, but before you panic, let's put this into perspective. Now, in regards to frequency and severity of earthquakes, small earthquakes, we supposedly have them all the time, but really I haven't felt anything until this year. But the last major earthquake from the Cascadia Fault was in the 1700s, over 300 years ago. Scientists estimate that we're overdue for another one, but that could mean tomorrow or in the next 100 years, who knows? Most quakes here are minor, between a magnitude of 2 and 4. The ones that cause real damage are much rarer. Nanaimo sits on a more stable ground than other parts of Vancouver Island, which makes me feel much better about living here with my family. Now, the next question is what areas are going to be the most impacted? If you are considering moving anywhere on the island, you need to know places like Tofino, Ucluelet, Souk, and parts of Victoria are at higher risk due to their proximity to the open ocean. On the east coast, Nanaimo by comparison is in a more sheltered location and has fewer liquefaction zones that you need to be worried about. As you can see right now, I'm standing on the side of the mountain on bedrock, apart from the crack right there, which is called the Abyss. Definitely come up here and check it out if you have time. But what does this mean for you as a homeowner? Solid bedrock and elevation can make the difference in reducing damage. You need to be aware that areas that are built on deposits of sand are more prone to liquefaction. And the more risk exists, the closer you get to sea level. Now, the next thing you need to consider as a homeowner here is your homeowner's insurance and earthquake protection. Here's where it gets real. Regular home insurance does not cover earthquake damage. You'll need to have a separate policy, and it can cost anywhere from $200 to $800 extra a year, depending on your home's value. It could be much more than that. But here's a tip. Newer homes are built to modern seismic codes and are much safer, and in some instances, insurers will even offer a discount because they are new builds. Keep in mind, recent builds also have the benefit of having geotechnical surveys that older homes might not have, which obviously raises some concerns. So what is the likelihood of a catastrophic earthquake is the next question. Well, could we see a catastrophic earthquake in our lifetime? The short answer is yes, but so could Seattle, Portland, and San Francisco. The key is not to live in fear. The key is to be prepared. Now, simple upgrades you should consider are things like securing your hot water tank, anchoring heavy furniture, and having an emergency kit can make all the difference. I'm not a prepper, but I have water, food, batteries, a gas cook stove, and a first aid kit. I think everyone should have these things in their home, even if you live in Saskatoon. So is Nanaimo worth it? Absolutely. This city offers an incredible lifestyle, great quality of life, great work-life balance, all the stunning nature, the growing economy, whether you're young or old, this is just a beautiful, amazing place to live in Canada. But like any savvy homeowner, you need to go into this with open eyes. With that in mind, I hope you get to live the island life soon. And if you want to learn more about doing so, I would definitely check out this video right here or this video right here.